Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you had remembered the previous video which I had made, I unboxed this USB board which I got from Banggood. This one actually supports quick charging as well. So I did mention that I'll be making a power bank out of it. So this is the video where we are going to take a look at how we built a power bank. So that's the 3D printed case, and to power all these things I'm using this lithium ion cells. These are 21700 16 amp hour cells. If you need these sort of battery packs, do reach out to me. I'll be able to help you out. I actually got this from one of my friends, and this battery pack is already a protected battery pack, which means that it has a BMS built in. And to house everything, I made this 3D printed case. The case did come out quite well, but this is just the version 1. There are a few tweaks that we could do more. And that's the input end where I'll put an XT60 as well as a barrel jack, and that's our logo. And on the other end you have a slot for the rocker switch, DC output as well as a volt. On the top you have the slot for the USB outputs, and you have certain holes to screw everything in. So this is what is going to house all these modules and the battery pack. Now apart from this, you also need few things. This is the main thing. This is a buck converter. I'll leave a link in the description below. You could purchase it from there. So this one is going to be used to charge this lithium ion battery. This has a constant voltage as well as the constant current option. So we are going to use this to charge the battery pack. Along with that, you have the rocker switch to turn on and turn off the device, which would go on the slot on the right side. And on this side, you have the barrel jack. So one for input, the other one is for the output. So the one for output, you can actually use it to run your routers. That should work pretty neat. And that's the XT60 connector. I'll use a 2-part adhesive to secure it. And then you have the voltmeter, which would go on this side. So these are the few components that you need, but there are other things that you will also need. I'll show it along as we go by. And then I'm also going to use this glass fuse type to fuse the entire module from the input as well as out of the output, because safety is one of the things that we have to keep in mind when we work with lithium ion cells, and that this is a portable power bank. And as well as I'm going to use this diode to stop any black backflow. So let's get everything hooked up. So if you see guys, I have connected the rocker switch. I have soldered the wire on the USB board. That's the plus in, and I have to solder the negative. So I'll just fix that in. And that's the rocker switch that I had placed, and the barrel jack is also been placed on both input as well as the output. The XT60 I haven't yet connected because I have to use the 2-part adhesive to secure it. So that's the reason why it's not connected yet. And then the voltmeter would be secured using hot glue, and then the battery pack would be connected using the double-sided tape. So if you see, the voltmeter is connected, and that's the fuse that I had placed on the input side, and I have heat shrinked it. Guys, remember that you should always use proper fuses so that if something happens, the fuse blows out. And that's the buck board, which actually takes the input, and the battery wires are connected to the output. And then I'll set the voltage to 12.8, and I'll set the amp for like 3 amps. The boards is now secured using the M5 nuts. And if you see, I have hooked up the double-sided tape on the battery on the back side. I'm just going to place that in and it'll get secured. I actually got the double-sided tape from Amazon. They said it's a heavy-duty double-sided tape. So if you see, I'm going to lift the battery pack, and the battery case actually holds quite neat. So that should be more than enough to hold the battery. So I got everything connected now. So let me just take out the power supply out. That's my Morrison 24 volt PSU. And let me turn off the device. So now let me focus that in. So if you see, those are the inputs, the XT60 and the DC barrel jack. This can also take a 12 volt solar panel. You can also use that to charge. And that's the rocker switch, DC jack, voltmeter. So as soon as you turn on, the voltmeter also turns on. It shows 11.8 volt. That's the battery voltage now. And the device actually has a blue light, which indicates that the device is turned on. And if you see, I have connected the battery wires to the buck converter output. So the red wire is the positive and the black is the negative. So now, if you see on the black wire, that's the negative wire, one goes to the battery directly and the other one goes to the DC jack and to the USB module. That's the DC jack to it goes, and then it also goes to the USB board. Now here what's the problem is that I did connect a diode on the positive side so that the current can only flow at one side, not the other side, because what happens is that the battery is turned on. Even if you turn off the buck converter, the current backflows to the buck converter, which I didn't want. So I thought I'll connect the diode for now, and then from there it goes to the 10 amp fuse. I ended up using a blade fuse, and it goes to the rocker switch as well as to the voltmeter, and then the other side goes to the battery directly. So I have fused the battery properly. So let me just supply it with 24 volt input. The buck converter automatically steps it down to 12.8. That's what I have set, and it would charge the battery. So if you see, the buck converter has turned on. You see the red indication, which means that it's charging the battery now. And the diode that I placed did get quite hot. So that's the first iteration. And I was working on to see what are the other options that I have so that the current does not flow back to the buck converter. Then finally, I had settled down with using a MOSFET. So I'm using this MOSFET as a switch to turn on and off the battery when there's an input. Only when there's an input detected by the MOSFET, it gets connected to the buck converter output, such that it prevents any current flowing back to the buck converter. That's the reason why I used a MOSFET. I removed the diode because MOSFET is actually pretty good, and this is an N-channel MOSFET. So as soon as the input is given, the MOSFET connects the battery to the buck converter. This is the circuit diagram. You can pause the video to work through the schematics. And then what else I did was I got this heated threaded inserts. These I got it from Robu. You just need to heat that and place it in, and it'll directly go inside the case and get secured. So now if you see, I have completely hooked up the battery pack and also used some 2 parts adhesive to secure the buck converter to the board. So that's been secured there. And I have also put all the threaded inserts in all the holes so that I could screw the device in. And if you see, that's the MOSFET. I did use a Kapton tip to secure it and so that there's no short circuit happening inside the case. So overall, the battery came out did quite well. I'm happy with it. Let me get all the devices secured in. And one thing that I did notice is that you can also use this to charge any of your devices, and also you could charge this entire power bank through solar with a 12 volt solar input. So, and that's the output DC jack which I was referring to. You could use that to power any of your routers, any of your 12 volt devices. So now I have fixed everything in. I have also screwed it. The device came out quite well, but there was one slight problem because of the threaded heat insert. The case did melt a bit on the side, so that's fine. So that's the threaded insert that I was talking about. And if you see, I actually use this Allen nuts to screws to screw it in. So overall, I'm pretty satisfied with it, guys. And if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up, and if you like my channel, do subscribe to it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. I'll be creating more videos like this.